Hello and welcome to Volkov Labs YouTube channel. My name is Mikhail Volkov and today I will talk about Business Intelligence Platform version 3. On our website volkovlabs.io, we recently published blog post for version 3.3.1 Elevator Grafana workflows, where we highlighted all the latest updates and changes we implemented. If you click on the Business Intelligence and select the release notes, you can see the changes in the previous versions and some breaking changes we implemented in version 3, which we consider it as a general availability. Okay, let's switch to Business Studio application. It's a native application available for macOS, Windows and Linux. It's signed and easy to use and install from our GitHub repository. In the latest updates, we focused on UX, performance and data source support. In the latest versions, we support Prometheus and Loki data sources with support for dashboard variables, Infinity data source, SQL data sources, and almost any backend data source should be supported as well. If not, let us know. So if you will take a look at the UX, on your left side you have your menu with the clusters. I have already engines pre-configured in load balanced high availability state. Then we have a breadcrumbs on the top, and we can select our profile on top right. In the newest version, you can select the language between English and Spanish and select specific theme, and you select what kind of user you're working. It can be business-oriented user or technical user with advanced features. Okay, let's select, click, and then now I have an interface in Spanish, specifically for business users, which has a limited number of options. And don't distract with just looking at the alerts and understand what's happening with the system. Okay, let's switch back to the state it was. Okay, so this is alerting. If I click on one of the existing clusters, for example, alpha clusters, I can see now alerts for the current cluster only. In the load balancing tab, I can see how which engine perform what kind of alerts. And in engines, I can see what kind of engines are available as a part of this cluster. So let's select Alpha Engine 1. And on the overview screen, we can see the alert history on this engine with infinite scroll. So as you can scroll, it's load additional data. Also, there is a tabs alert rules and action, which has minimal changes. And in environment tab, which you can configure your performance configurations. Alert batch size, condition batch size, annotation batch size, and retention days. Depends on your CPU, memory, and disk available disk space. You can configure and adjust performance of your business engines. Also, there is a Grafana section with all the information in it. It's already configured to use Grafana 12, recently released on Grafana Con. Okay, let's select one of the alert rules, and we will take a look at this high CPU usage or high latency. Let's take a look one of the high CPU usage with alerting state execution, which was just moved from alerting to OK state. Let's take a look at this high CPU usage. So this high CPU usage alert is configured on our Brava cluster, which has 100 different alerts, and we use it for performance monitoring. And it has different it's configured to Prometheus, and it has 4 dashboard variables. And as you can see, for this application Bravo 1 on port 3002, it found a value which is higher than configured threshold, and it moved it to the specific dashboard variables to alerting state. As advanced user, you can see the query which was executed, and this query configured as a part of the panel, and you can click on view as a code and see all the additional details about this alert. Also, we added notification history, which you can see all the notifications only for this specific alert. You can see the status, and you can see the configured message, which you configured using handlebars based on a structure. And if you click on it, you can see additional details in this event, and it helps to troubleshoot and understand what kind of information you can send to third-party APIs which trigger alerts. Also, in data preview sections, we added the thresholds. Now they're displayed, and as you can see, this is the value which was increased to 20% above the threshold, and now it's marked as red. You can select any of the instances, which is your dashboard variables, and select one of the data frames which was returned user CPU or system CPU. Also, if you click on alert settings, in addition to the target which we selected, time range, execution and variable values, now you can see the preview. So when you configure or edit existing alert rules, you can select your dashboard variables for this rule, see what kind of data it's returned, and then configure your thresholds based what kind of apply to all values, last velocity, maximum allowed. And then instead of creating the rule and checking what will happen, you will already can know probably the result. Also, you can add additional overrides if for some of the dashboard variables allowed range have to be bigger or smaller. You can select the allowed range, and or you can disable alerting for this specific dashboard at all, and it will never be notified unless you enable it again. So this is the overrides, and also we added no date state. So if a data source and the panel won't return any data, you can select alerting, OK, or error state. And also your action section is the same. And that was all the changes in the latest version of Business Intelligence. As you can see, with many different alerts, it runs pretty quickly, and we will continue performance testing as well and performance improvements as we deploy it in production environments. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye.